news tonight. Christian faithful in Calabar observe Ash Wednesday. Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly swears in returning legislators, charges legislators on responsible representation. Plus, NIMET predicts temperature would remain high in coming days. Details of this and more presently. Good evening, and this is Nta Calabar News at 7. I'm Maureen Leo Ajom. Now the news in detail. Christians in Cross River State have joined their counterparts the world over to observe the Ash Wednesday to begin the 40 days Lenten season. Our reporter Hoba Isentu spoke with some Christian faithful on the significance of the observation. Reports.
Ash Wednesday marks the start of the Lenten period, which marks the beginning of 40 days fasting, which culminates in Easter celebration when Christians believe Jesus was crucified, died and resurrected. Ash symbolizes both death and repentance, as well as a reminder that from dust man was created and to dust shall he return. Some respondents highlight the significance of Ash Wednesday.
Today, Ash Wednesday, we celebrate the beginning of Lent for 40 days, beginning from today and ends on Holy Thursday morning, excluding the 5-6 Sundays. Sundays are not days of prayers and fasting. These 40 days recall the 40 days of fasting of Jesus in the wilderness. He also recalls the 40 days of Jesus after the resurrection before ascension into heaven. He recalls the 40 days of Moses on Mount Sinai. He recalls the 40 years of the children of Israel in the wilderness. So the church now called her faithful and the faithful of God to pray and fast. It is a moment of reconciliation. A moment we reconcile with God and with our neighbors.
The ash signifies that all of us humans were created in dust from God. And it put in our mind that this period is a time for almsgiving, fasting, prayer. We need to forgive one another and draw closer back to our Creator.
So this is just a 40 days to tell, look, you are expected to be doing all these things every day of your life. But the church has now brought out these 40 days, okay, let us remind ourselves that because of all the distractions of life, we have set out a calendar. Let us see that we make efforts to do this.
Ash Wednesday, a period of fasting and abstinence, is one of the oldest traditions of the Roman Church, for which the faithful rededicate themselves to repentance, forgiveness and almsgiving, as well as a period of sober reflection, with a mark of cross on the foreheads of every member with an ash to symbolize participation. In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, NTA News.
The newly sworn-in legislators have been charged to justify the confidence reposed in them by their respective constituents. Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly, Nta Calabar, gave the charge at the swearing-in ceremony of the returnee legislators. Assembly correspondent Udwak Etam tells us more.
I do solemnly swear, affirm that I will be faithful, and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Those sworn in are Achadu Martins and Ashakia Pius Ashas as members representing Yala-2 and Obanliku State constituencies, respectively. The swearing-in, which was done during plenary, followed the receipt of the certificate of return by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. This is sequel to the just concluded rerun election held on the 3rd of February 2024, as the two legislators emerged as winners and returned to the Cross River State House of Assembly. Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly, Albert Ayambem, congratulated the legislators and called for effective representation.
But nobody wins an election until the final judgment is given. Would you have any sort of education report? Today they have been affirmed, certified by INEC as members of the Cross River State House of Assembly. You didn't lose your place at the ones that are in our hearts. God be God, today you're here as our colleagues again, and we are welcoming you with all our hands of hands.
The newly sworn-in members expressed gratitude to God for their victory at the rerun election. They, however, pledged their commitment to the service of their constituents. In Calabar, Udwak Etam, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Cross River State House of Assembly Committee on Information and Communication Technology wishes to inform stakeholders, civil society organizations, as well as members of the general public who were invited for a public hearing on the Cross River State Information and Communication Technology Development Agency Bill 2024 that the earlier scheduled date for the public hearing has been cancelled due to unforeseen circumstances. In a statement released by the clerk of the House, presented by the Principal Planning Officer, Patricia Ibuta, the public hearing will now hold on Thursday, 15 February 2024, in the mini auditorium of the Assembly Complex. The Cross River National Park has apprehended and paraded 5 suspects for illegal logging with a message for the public to protect the forest. Paul Abel completes the story.
National parks are restricted forest areas spread across the country as they protect animal and plant species from extinction while serving as tourist attraction, research, and education. Therefore, logging of trees by these suspects is illegal, leading to their arrest.
The offenses were they logged on ebony, they cut down ebony species, they cut down Pycnanthus species, and these species of which they are cutting are one of the endangered species. We don't want them to be cut down because these species, one, they provide shelter for the animals. They also provide food for the animals. So as they cut down these trees, it's affecting the animals. You see, this Cross River National Park is contiguous with Korup National Park. If these trees are cut down, it will enable the animals to leave the national park, and they might go to Cameroon side of the Korup National Park, making the Nigerian National Park to lose the indigenous animals.
One of the suspects agreed to committing the crime.
In the bush, then I went there to go and bring my operator back. But when I reached there, they already crammed my operator. Then later on, they told me that I should follow them to the station so that I should defend my operator to bring my operator back.
So what do you carry your operator go do for the national park?
Wood business.
Which type of business?
Softwood.
You know, see, they allow people to bring down trees for that park.
I know.
What are the benefits of the Cross River National Park?
First of the thing they will see in Eroko camp is monkeys, is a primate. They will see primates around. Secondly, they will see medicinal plants that are indigenous in the park. They will see medicinal plants. They will see a lot of other animals outside primates. There are elephants, there are red river hawk, there are duikers, there are other birds that interest the world to come for recreational purposes in that camp.
What is the message to Nigerians on protecting the park?
That national park is a place of recreation. You want to recreate yourself and your family, you can come to Cross River National Park. 2, is for research purpose. And 3, is for educational purpose. Therefore, this national park is mainly for these 3 purposes and others. Then we don't want people to come in and log or destroy the ecosystem, because by destroying the ecosystem, it also affects the climate change. If we can look around us, the world is so hot that it's affecting the entire people, because the air we breathe in, the oxygen we breathe in comes from the forest and from the plant.
When investigations are completed, the suspects are to be prosecuted in the court of law. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
That's it on the news. Many thanks for watching. Have a good night.